All right. All right. Welcome to episode 2. We're live with the Ball Takes podcast. Drudar, how we doing, baby?
Hanging in there. We're making it. We survived Monday.
Amen. Guys, so real quick before we get going, we got some great topics for you today, some great guests. But first thing we want to do is just give you guys some thanks and a shout out for you guys that listened to us last week. For those of you who followed us on social media, we really appreciate your support. Keep the feedback coming. Let us know good things, bad things, topics you want us to discuss. But we really appreciate you guys. We had a lot of fun last week, and we're fired up for episode 2. Dar, anything else you kind of want to add to that? Any thank yous or shout outs or anything?
Just a reminder that not only can you find us on YouTube, you can also find us on Apple Podcast and Spotify Podcast, as we are on both of those platforms, and try to make it as accessible as possible for people who can't always see the video.
Amen. Dar, I know last week me and you planned to talk for like 40 minutes. I think we ended up going for like an hour 40. So we're not even going to go into it with an idea this week. We're just going to let it roll and have a good time. Before we start, we got some special guests today. First person I want to introduce is my brother. That's Mr. Vance Lassiter. Vance, welcome to the pod. Anything you want to say?
It's an honor to be on. Episode 2, I'm excited. It's an honor, baby.
Hey, the pleasure is ours. The second guest I'd like to introduce is Mr. Mike Radulovic, Mr. Boston Man himself, a.k.a. Mikey Pipes. Mikey Pipes, welcome to the pod. How are we doing tonight?
We're doing great. Happy to be here. We're going to give some takes, and we're going to see how it lands.
Amen. And then last but not least, a very special guest coming from Wilson, North Carolina. That is me and Vance's uncle. That is Mr. Reid Hill. Uncle Reid, how are we doing tonight? Welcome to the Ball Takes pod.
Gentlemen, glad to be on. I think I qualify for the Ball Takes, unfortunately. and mine's not done with a razor. Mine's been done over Father Time.
Hey, that's just a lot of blood, sweat, and tears on that head.
Absolutely.
Hey, so real quick, before we get going, the reason we have all these guys on, one of our first main topics today is we're going to be talking some golf. I would like to just say real quick, my Uncle Reid, he's a former golf professional, 28-year head pro at Wilson Country Club. Also, Uncle Reid, correct me if I'm wrong, played in the 1991 Heritage PGA Tour event at Harbortown. Is that correct?
I did.
So long story short, he's got he's got some great takes, some great input, some great opinions about golf. So we're super lucky to have him. Vance Lassiter, I will take him over anybody awake in Johnston County, 18 holes straight up. He's an unbelievable golfer. So if you want some action on that, let me know. And then Mikey Pipes is probably my favorite golf analyst who's not a golf analyst. He can break down swings. He loves the track, man. He loves YouTube golf. He watches more YouTube videos than anybody in America. So we are fortunate to have all these guys on the pod. Dar, before we get going, do you want to do a couple ad reads for us?
Yep. So we have two sponsors. The first one is brought to you by Karaz with Cambridge and Associates. If you are looking to sell, buy, or renovate your house, contact Karaz with Cambridge and Associates. Head to our Instagram, Ball Takes Podcast, and you can find his information to reach him for all your housing needs. The story might still be up, but there's definitely the most recent reel is a reel from him. That's a good little ad, kind of explains what he does. And then the second ad is from our second sponsor is Strictly Hoops Performance. If you are a basketball player or parent, coach looking for more than just a workout, Strictly Hoops Performance is built for you. We develop to complete player through skill development, performance training, basketball IQ, accountability, and mentorship. The goal isn't just to help you become a better basketball player. It is also to help you become a better competitor, teammate, leader, and person. Whether you're trying to make your team earn more minutes or take your game to the next level, or you're simply trying to become the best version of yourself, we're ready to go to work with you. Strictly Hoops Performance Lab, driven by faith, united by purpose. You can visit strictlyhoopsperformance.com or follow at Strictly Hoops Performance on social media and start your development today.
Dar,
Good job,
great first 2 ad reads, first in podcast history. And shout out to Karaz and Strictly Hoops for the sponsorships. All right, so fellas, real quick, I know we have some fun golf topics we'll get to, But I just kind of have a generic question. I want to open the floor. And Uncle Reid, no offense, I think you have the most history between us. So if
You
you kind of
think?
want,
You
if you
think?
want to, if you want to take this first, I was just thinking about this. Like, growing up, we played golf here or there, maybe once a month. But I feel like recently golf is like really, really booming and has become like way more popular, maybe than it ever has, like in my opinion. Uncle Reid, as long as you've been around the game, like, do you feel golf is in a spot where it's maybe more popular than it ever has been? Or how do you see kind of the trajectory of golf going, like, compared to other sports where we are today?
Well, you got so many different avenues now. I mean, look at this PGA youth coming through universities now. These guys are coming out of school winning first year on tour. I mean, these guys are so much better at a younger age. And then also, I mean, YouTube golf. I mean, if I told you how many hours a day I've been watching YouTube golf, I'd probably be embarrassed to know. But I mean, they're really touching the masses. They're getting people that play golf recreationally really excited about golf. And I mean, Brian Bros and Grant Horvat. I mean, those guys, and then Bob does sports. Those guys got me hooked. I can't get enough of it. I can't get enough, and all of that's driving golf to. I expect this is popular or more popular than ever. And then from a younger kids' perspective, they got all these new programs through the PGA and USGA that's getting the kids on the golf course, teaching them in a whole different way now. They have this Operation 36 that starts kids on the green and then move them backwards as they progress, learning the game from the green backwards. A lot of kids are really benefiting from that. So I think there's more knowledge about it, like there are in all other sports, but it is got golf's in the best place it's probably ever been.
Okay. How do you guys feel about that? Like, I know we're from a little different generation. Like, I know we all kind of have a different history with golf, but like, how do you guys feel about golf where it is right now compared to, other sports maybe where it was even like when we were growing up?
I'll take it. It's like a ball game.
Boys, don't be gunshot.
Speak up, boys. Speak up.
We brought you here for a reason. Say it with your chest. Let's go.
I'm waiting for the paycheck to hit.
Oh, fair.
I think like he said, Uncle Reid said with YouTube golf, I think it's introduced people that didn't play golf into golf to go try it for the first time. And you get a good mix of people out there that haven't played before that are getting hooked on it. I think COVID too. Golf was open. I think a lot of people wanted something to do. They got outside and played. And now if you go to a public golf course, you can tell because it's busy and it's tough to get a tee time.
Hey, man, I think it's funny you brought up the COVID thing because that was actually a little note on my sheet. I remember during COVID, I think we were all three living together, me, you, and Mike, during that time period. Shout out Andy Grant if he's listening out there. That was our fourth roommate. But like all it was to do was like play golf. Like that's all you could do. That's all that was open, and that's all there really was to look forward to. So I think that had a huge impact on it.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'd say accessibility is changed a lot. There's still always going to be your white glove service in your primo places where you're not going to be able to access or view through a screen, but accessibility's increased. We're building more and more golf courses, specifically par 3 courses. I think that's a good transition that people have made and started to realize that we don't need par 70, par 72 courses all the time. We can get some par 3 courses in there and have people come in just for a short period of time and learn a little bit about the game and then see if they like it and see if they'll stay.
And Dar, speaking of par 3 courses, Dar had a heck of a round at the local par 3 course out in Alamance County this week. Dar also fresh off a lip out for 99. Dar, tell us about your golf game and how it's feeling.
Well, technically I was in Guilford County because it's in Summerfield. So like honestly, it's probably 5 to 7 minutes away from Greensboro Day. Shout out Coach Caney.
Shout out Coach Caney.
But dude, that round was odd because I just walked. You're walking is hot. I literally shot 9 over on the front and then 3 over on the back.
Heck of a back 9, Dar.
For a 20+ handicap and myself, I impressed myself there. The putter kind of got hot on those little caterpillar greens. Y'all talk about like growing the game, and I figure it's a good time to segue into. So like he mentioned Horvat, Brian Rose. I know y'all are Bob Does Sports, and Bob Does Sports kind of won our poll. But second on the list was Good. And recently, they've been under attack a little bit in the YouTube golf community from people that are saying like, "Oh, Good's fallen off; they declined." The difference is in Good is that they're not strictly a content YouTube group anymore. They're a brand, they're a company. So I kind of did some research and kind of looking at it for like my point of like they're not falling off. Um, their merchandise. I mean, they sell putters, they sell drivers, golf balls through Callaway, hoodies, pants, hats, shoes. They're sponsored by Callaway. They generate an estimated $20 to $35 million per year in merchandise sales. Their YouTube subscribers to across all their channels surpasses over 3 million, which is pretty good. I mean, they have a lot of channels, but like they're trying to hit different. They have the good girls, they have the good pros, they have the good mini golf, their regular channel extras. Like they're trying to push golf and more than just regular go out there and compete against each other golf. The good girls is really working well to grow the game of golf for the female community. I know Good sells gym clothes, but they also sell girls golf clothes. And I mean, last 3 or 4 times we've gone and played golf, I mean, we've seen a good amount of girls out there playing. So they're doing a good job trying to reach out and trying to grow the game in that aspect. They also launched the YouTube careers of Grant, Brad, Micah, Luke Kwan, Sean Walsh.
Yep.
Like without Good, nobody, those guys. Now they might have eventually pushed their way on, but Garrett Clark was responsible for getting a good amount of those guys into Good. And then when they eventually go their separate ways, they have a good little community built to allow them to separate off and become larger than they are. Like Grant is doing extremely well on his own, but without Good, Grant was just another struggling college golfer.
Maybe minus that last Primo ad run. That wasn't so successful. Sorry, Grant.
Yeah, that was awkward. That was
that was great.
Too much.
And kind of the piggyback, Mr. Reid was talking about the youth. Good is they have a pretty high youth demographic. A lot of people like to make fun of that, but it's groups like that. They make it fun. They do fun formats: worst ball, best ball, scrambles. They do some majors with strokes. They like to teach you how to play against golfers that are better than you, but you kind of level the playing field to have an opportunity to compete. A lot of people complain about, oh, it's not good golf. It's like, if you want to watch good golf, you shouldn't be watching YouTube golf unless you're watching the Bryan Bros.
Absolutely.
Like it kind of depends like what you're looking for.
That's right.
And then they also they jumped in the NIL game. Luke Clanton, the #1 amateur in the world when he was at Florida State, was a good athlete, like sponsored by Good, paid to wear their stuff. He's kind of a rising star in the YouTube world, but also he's kind of he's getting close to getting a Corn Ferry Tour card. Is Mason Green?
Yep.
He was also at UCLA. He was a good sponsored athlete. So like they kind of, I mean, they had a couple PGA pros. Michael Block is, I don't know if they still are, but at one point they were sponsored as professional golfers by Good, like signed and all that stuff. They do live events on Golf Channel. What other YouTube people do you see on Golf Channel? Like they have live events,
right? Where
they did one with the U.S. military that raised a lot of money for different military charities, and they allowed former servicemen to play in the tournament. And it was pretty cool. And then they had and then last one I had is two things. They have a PGA Tour sponsored event coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're sponsoring a PGA Tour event, and you can go to Target, Dick's Sporting Goods, and Golf Galaxy and see their merchandise. So I get it; they're not for everybody. Some people might have grown. Some people don't like Matt Sharp; he's obnoxious. But end of the day, like the founding fathers of YouTube golf, Good, Rick Shields.
Yep.
Without them, none of this other stuff is possible. None of these stars that were rising are possible. So yes, some people have kind of outgrown their content, but to say they've fallen off, they're surging into different markets other than just straight up content, good golf. Like no one else is doing what they're doing in that game. And
No, I thought it was pretty.
it's awesome to me.
I thought it was pretty cool too. The thing you mentioned about like they do different and I think a lot of YouTube guys do now like different like challenges or different formats. I think that's kind of helped grow golf too, because if I'm not great, which I'm not, I don't have to go out there and sit there and grind over my ball for 18 holes of golf and just go home frustrated. Like there's different ways I can play with my buddies to make it competitive, but also have fun through like different challenges and stuff, which I think is one of the coolest things about YouTube golf.
Yeah. Transitioned it away from strictly a score game, right?
Yeah. Hey, Dar, since you brought up, go ahead, Uncle Reid, sorry.
One thing golf, a lot of creators and other people in golf are doing is making people understand the time element is not the biggest issue anymore. When I was growing up in the golf business, the husband left home for 5 or 6, 7 hours on weekends and came back home. Now they're bringing the kids with them to the golf course. They want to play 6 holes or 9 holes. So there's always these programs for kids at the courses. I think that it's a broader market that's going to continue to spread. I mean, what other sport has a company that all they do is sell kids golf clubs? That's all they do. They make U.S. kids, and they bought a golf course in Pinehurst. That's how successful it is. And they have actually a junior tour. There's no other sport that's all they do is make kids stuff. So and what your point about COVID, we were never as busy as we were during COVID. COVID, we were busy every day because that was pretty much it. That's the only place you could get human interaction was at the golf course, basically.
Absolutely.
I think the funniest thing I've seen in a long time was a TikTok of it was a wife's perspective of like golf and YouTube golf, and they said YouTube golf is like the men's version of a soap opera.
Yeah.
Like, did you hear what Bob does sports did today?
That's,
did you hear what Grant
true.
did? Did you hear it's like I'm thinking about it, it's like they're pretty right, because you may go from Bob does sports and they're yamming down 55 cheeseburgers in a challenge, and then you may go watch the Bryan Bros play against Brad Dahlke and Sean Walsh in a serious thing. Like you don't know each video you don't know what you're gonna watch.
Very
I've been hooked on like YouTube's Good's been doing their mini golf channel, like a good mini golf challenge where they're doing like 12 episodes and they're getting points and they're playing for $2,000 and they're playing mini golf, but they did like a partner blind, they did a left hand, they did a speed golf where they had the fastest time, and they're running through all these different formats like a worst ball, and then they're ending with the last episode's like a 36-hole major for double points. Like the last place person can still come back and win if they get first place, and the first place gets like last. Like it's like they're just pushing out fun different things. Like I went to the beach recently, and every mini golf course is like packed right now.
Absolutely.
Like,
that's great.
People are doing that. So like golf is not just like you said, par threes. It's not just going to the 18-hole golf course. Par threes are fun. That mini golf.
Drive Shack, Top Golf.
Yeah.
Hey, while we're on the YouTube golf topic, we had this for later. I think we should go ahead and get to it right now. I think this will be great conversation. Are you guys cool if we rank our like top 3 favorite YouTube golf like brands right now? Vince, you want to go first and give us a little? I know who Vince is going number 1. Share us what you got.
I'm Bob Does 1. I'm Bryan Bros 2, and probably Foreplay 3.
All right, why Bob Does Sports 1?
I think they're the most entertaining. I think they're just the funniest. I think they're the most relatable. You see them hit some crappy shots. They joke around. Then you get the Bryan Bros where you actually get to see some good golf, still entertaining. And then Foreplay, I like Barstool, so I put them in there. Horvat's he's a little too golfy for me sometimes. I feel like YouTube golf's a good way to get away from the super golfiness of it all. So I think sometimes he gets a little bit too much for me. Still good though.
Speaking of under fire, Cold Cuts
he's my 4. Horvat's my 4.
Cold Cuts has been under fire recently in like comments and stuff. People are on his case.
Yeah, he gets roasted.
Hey, you didn't put Phil Mickelson in your top 3?
Due to recent allegations with Mickelson, Lefty has to be left out of this list.
I don't think he's on anybody's list right now.
He's on a list. It's just not a good list.
Yeah, not a good list. Exactly right.
Before we say he's not on the list, let's see if anyone up here would have Mickelson, it'd be Mikey.
No,
Mike,
God, no, not a
three?
lefty fan. Not a lefty fan. Yeah, I'm gonna go maybe a little different direction here. I'm gonna throw a little curveball in the mix. So I've been on these guys for a while. I think the fellas know who I'm gonna bring up. Maybe not, and that's okay. I'm a big No Laying Up fan. I think I've watched their content for goodness, probably 6, 7, 8 years at this point. They range from kind of different. I'd say they have a different take on how they film content. They do different kind of type of shows. Their content's a little more spaced out, but I'd say how they film it, how they tell a storyline, and what they actually produce is really good content. Some of the stuff that I really like is Tour Sauce is great. They'll typically visit a location, whether it's going to be Ireland, Scotland, New Zealand, it could be Australia. They'll highlight, a bunch of different golf courses that are just insane and get some great footage. They'll play some fun matchups and kind of just tell a story. They'll talk to some of the pro staff, some of the the back office staff, people that have history of the game. I really encourage people to check out their channel. It's fantastic. I have nothing but good things to say. Another series they do is called Strapped. Neil and Big Randy, they're not going to watch this, but if they do, no, I'm a fan. They will go to just some no-name place in the middle of the country. They have $500 to spend on room and board, golf, and food for the week. And they'll play golf. They'll highlight, just random tracks around the country and show you can play golf anywhere. It's a great series. Next, we're going to get into my bag on, golf lessons and I wouldn't say lessons, but an interesting thing. And maybe Uncle Reid can kind of get into this too. But really, there's been a different shift in the game from a teaching perspective into ground reaction forces. And I don't think there's any better content than TPI and what Dr. Greg Rose is doing over there. It's fantastic. They'll drop an hour-long session with typically pro golfers, high-level golfers. They'll get them on force plates. They'll do some 3D. And they actually really do a good job of simplifying kind of what they're trying to articulate and go through some interesting drills. I swear every video I watch, there's an interesting takeaway. I'll go mess around with some of it, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But,
Mikey,
I think it's great.
Mikey, how many swing changes have you made in your career?
Successfully or tried? That's the question.
Attempted.
I don't know. I wouldn't say I go for major, shout out to my guy Gankus from COVID. I don't know if I ever went the full Gankus route with all this lag and weird kind of wrist maneuvers, but I used to be a big rotation guy. Now I really think it's all done through the ground and how you push your weight into the ground and how you're using the ground appropriately. It kind of just does it naturally. But a lot. Let me just not beat around the bush. I've tried a lot of different things throughout the years.
Mikey, can we also say Mikey's the best caddy to ever work at Old Chatham Golf Course too? So if you need knowledge about Old Chatham, just call Mike Radovic.
That's right. I'm very familiar.
Story for another podcast.
But that's a great, fantastic track. I was actually lucky to play it when I went home maybe 6 months ago. It was in great shape. Had a good time. And then I'll go ahead and get out of the way here. I'll get my third out. It's really a big tie, but I'll probably go back to kind of the personality space. I'm a big fan of the Lads with Jason Day and some of his buddies. Yeah. I think they do some fun content. I think some of the insight you gain from when some of those just small conversations they have of those videos are great. Again, it's not just a blast of content all the time. They kind of space things out, but if I see a notification they dropped a video, I'll definitely tune in. There's other things I could highlight. The Fried Egg is fantastic. I think Smiley Kaufman on his podcast does a great thing. It's a little separate. There's a kind of a diamond in the rough that I found. Stick Golf Research kind of does something similar, but really a lot of content with golf courses. He travels to a bunch of interesting places and highlights those places. There's a new spot they're building out in the middle of Florida called, I'm going to get it wrong here, but it's an insane track. I think it's Miyaka Golf Course, but that place just looks absolutely insane. Yeah, I'll go ahead and kind of wrap there, but I think that's a decent list.
Mikey, that was just, I'm giving you a hat tip. That was great insight, great knowledge. Thank you, sir.
Ball knower.
Darsh, let Uncle Reid go next, and then me and you go to end it?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, Uncle Reid, who's your favorite three? I'm interested to hear this list.
Three. I can't keep it to three, but I'll give you three of them. I mean, mine's a little different because I'm what I did for a living for so long and still teach that the instruction side is very attractive to me. I'm not going in any specific order, but the lads. I mean, if you wanted to know how to get better to the short game, if you would just watch Jason Day, he's got some great stuff on the short game. He's got that those holes in his backyard. I don't know if you guys have seen that. It's insane. He's got a house, and behind his backyard is like I don't know how big of a plot of land it is, but he's got interchangeable pins and bunkers, and they play each other there, and it's pretty amazing. But Brian Bros is my favorite by far, maybe because their dad was a club pro. George Bryan III, was a teacher. That's how those guys got started playing golf, and they did the trick shot deal 12, 13 years ago before they started getting in this. Bob Does Sports is, I think that's one for the masses. I mean, Bob is a trip. I mean, he absolutely cracks me up, man. No matter how bad that it takes about 2 minutes, and his facial expressions and stuff he says off the cuff is unbelievable. And then to hear how many freaking cameos this guy's done, it's insane. He told Bryson DeChambeau he's done like 20,000 cameos. I mean, he did 150 some one night. I mean, that is it's unbelievable. I do like Bryson DeChambeau to a point until he gets into the stratosphere with stuff that's just blowing your mind and stuff he talks about. But I mean, I've enjoyed watching the YGT with all those guys playing. But that's just some of the ones I like.
Uncle Reid, can I ask you a question real quick off topic?
Sure.
Was that Bryson DeChambeau? Did he get screwed at the British Open, or was that legit? Here's my only thing. I feel like if Rory did that, they would protect him at all costs, and he would not get that penalty. I think that was some American hatred, some Bryson hatred. I did complete. That's a non-golf guy's opinion. The actual golf guy, what do you think?
Well, the issue I think is twofold. First of all, he did go stomping in there. I mean, he was in there. He was high stepping when he walked in there. Okay, I mean, he was. But you know, when you walk into stuff that's knee high, we're all going to walk like that somewhat. What he did was intentional. I 100% do not think it was. But once again, we never got an aerial look at it. It'd be nice to have a drone look straight down and see exactly the area that he stepped in, according to what they said. He stepped in his intended line of swing. If that's the case, it is a penalty. He didn't do himself any favors on how he handled it immediately afterwards. I mean, that was really bad for him to handle it. The penalty's a penalty. But they couldn't very well address it during the round. That's why they had to wait till he got through to the scoring table, then go back out there and look at it. This bull crap. I'm keeping it clean, okay? About everybody was having to wait for their tee times because of him. That's just piling on, and it was divided by where they're from. McIlroy, a couple other guys from England were all over him. Americans were defending him. So the line was very, very sharp as to who felt what. And Roy, you know, he shouldn't have said what he did. That was way out of line, I thought.
So, question for you. This is your bald take right here. If Tommy Fleetwood would have done that, is he getting a 2-stroke penalty at his home course?
Yes.
Okay, respect. Now we got to respect what he said.
Yes.
Okay. Fair enough.
Tommy Fleetwood would have handled it better, but that wouldn't have avoided the 2-shot penalty.
Okay, absolutely. All right, Dar, who's your top three? I'm interested to hear this.
Number 3, I'll start off with Bryson DeChambeau.
Okay.
So I really enjoy his breaking 50s are fun.
Absolutely.
I don't really watch his like course record videos. I only really watch his breaking 50s. I think the number 1 all time for him was the John Daly one. John Daly's just a character.
Ooh, that Steph Curry one was awesome. Though.
Like
Yes, it was. That was unbelievable.
There's no funnier person than John Daly in golf.
The Donald Trump one was the best, though. I gotta say, the Trump DeChambeau was the best breaking 50 of all time.
The sports one's good. Speaking of brutal lip outs, that brutal lip out on that chip on the first one. Number 2, I'm probably gonna go with Bob Does Sports. Like their videos are funny.
This is the obvious number 1.
And number 1's good. But I do want to see if you guys are aware of this. So I remember watching the very first good videos. They were in Mexico. Do you know the original 6 in the first ever good golf video? Not original 6 members, the original 6 YouTube golfers or golfers in that video. Do you know who they are?
I can get
so.
one. Garrett Clark.
That's a
Garrett's
great
1,
Right, Horvat
Sharf,
2.
Sharf 2, Micah 3,
Micah. Yeah.
Steve,
Yeah.
Bryce Butler.
The football player?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And
He
then
used to
none
do some
other
stuff.
than number 6, none other than was George Bryan.
Wow.
That was the original 6 at a they were like in a resort in Mexico, and that's where good originated.
Dar, what percent of like where would you rank yourself in like compared to the people in percent like of being a good fan? Like, are you in the top 1% of like good supporters?
I don't know because like I don't have for Christmas. I have like 1 polo. I have 2 shirts, more hats than I need. Like that's I can't decline that one. But I mean, I watch a good amount of their stuff. I mean, I watch more YouTube than I watch anything. So like right now, the baseball I watch that, but like I don't watch YouTube TV really unless football and basketball season because the baseball on the MLB Network app. So I spend the majority of my time on YouTube and just a lot of the YouTube golf videos. Like an underrated channel is the YouTube highlights channel on YouTube that highlights all the shots of the week or all the best highlights of the week, or they do like fun compilations like the best Bob does sports impressions in like one video, and it's just kind of fun to like they do a good job of highlighting and helping with the YouTube golf community.
All right. So, Dar, you gave us your 3, right?
Yep.
I'll give my 3 real quick. Number 1's Bob Does Sports. Like Vance said to me, they're just the most relatable because I feel like out of all the guys, they're like the worst actual golfers. So I feel like I can relate to them the best. They just have a good time. Number 2, I'm going Foreplay. I just love their dynamic. They've been around for a while. I love Barstool. Seeing Trent Ryan's progression from where he was to now, I love seeing that. And I will stand by my man Riggs forever. I think he gets a lot of backlash on all social media for his swing. His swing is hideous. I'm not one to talk, but he's done a lot and been super successful. So I like Riggs a lot. And number 3, I'm going to Shambo strictly for his breaking 50s. Curry, didn't you have Adam Sandler on too?
Yeah,
That was a good one too.
He did.
I thought the Adam Sandler one was like really funny. So I'll go DeChambeau number 3. Hey, Dar, should we all just recap real quick, like our 1, 2, 3? Just go down the line.
Yeah, because that makes it easy. That makes it easy for the reels.
Let's just go in the same order we did earlier. So we'll go Vance, Mike, Uncle Reid, Dar, then me. Just list your top 3 one more time, real quick.
I was Bob Does, Brian Bros, Foreplay. 1,
Okay.
2, 3.
Perfect. I'm going to go No Laying Up, TPI, and the Lads.
Me next.
Yes, sir.
God, Brian Bros, Grant Horvat, 3A, DeChambeau, 3B, the Lads.
Okay.
3C, Bob Does Sports.
Hey, 3D. Who's 3D?
Sorry. I got one question. If you guys, maybe I have a different take. He's a great player, but I cannot get a handle on Brad Dalkey if I like him or not. It's still in the air with me. I just can't quite he's a heck of a player. I just can't put my finger on it, but something doesn't quite rub me right with that guy. I don't know what it is. I'm not sure.
I'm more of a Sean Walsh guy.
I like Sean Walsh. Brad Dalkey, he's got a little bit of an air about him, and maybe I'm wrong, but I don't know.
Yeah,
He was good. He was good on good. Like, he was fine. Like
yeah, but the thing with Dalkey, I don't like. Sometimes he almost acts like he's too good.
He talks down to people a little bit.
He is a good golfer, but it's like at the end of the day, you're doing YouTube golf for a reason.
That's why I'm not really a fan of. That's why I'm not really a fan of Wesley Bryan. I thought it was bad taste to ask in the video, "Are you scared of Sean Walsh?" And then he got hawked down by Sean Walsh.
He sure did. He had him killed and absolutely fell dead on the back 9.
Yeah, I thought Ruffles was going to attack him on the green for the tap ins.
Yeah, no question.
My only thing with Dalkey though is I feel kind of I don't. It's hard to say I feel bad for the guy because he's obviously been super successful now. But I know he played this past weekend, right? And obviously did not play great. But he still did. Like there were other PGA Tour golfers who played, who played just like he did, but because who he is, like he's getting the most scrutiny online, which I understand that because of who he is in his
Yeah,
social media and YouTube and stuff.
You're not going to jump in one event competitively every now and then and be successful. You'd be an absolute unbelievable person if you could do that. That takes a little while because that's a whole different environment.
Also, as much money as he made in the past calendar year from winning different things, I think he's doing okay. I think
No question.
yeah.
He's going to be okay. Yeah, exactly.
He
Yeah,
reined
right.
it on Friday, though. Speaking of possibly a potential topic we may rotate into here, but 81 on Thursday, not a great showing. If you go back and watch, he had some tough breaks and definitely made some mistakes. But 75 on Friday, that's relatively respectable. He reined it in.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm going way off topic here, but I'm going to forget if I don't say it.
Go ahead.
Did you say one of these guys who's from Boston?
I live in Boston now.
Are you a Red Sox fan?
I am through. Man, this is a good story.
My chili is so hot right now because I'm an Orioles fan, and they have traded freaking Rushman to Boston. What Indy? Easy read. What is going on, man? I don't get it. I don't get it. They trade and take their catcher. I mean,
that's been a little cold though. Pretty sure, right? That's been a little cold with Rushman.
I guess the Orioles have really got me hot. I mean,
look, they had a good run about 2-3 years ago, and maybe some classic management mistakes have really kind of put them back in the can.
They don't seem to be. They don't spend any money for some reason. But anyway, I'm sorry to get off topic. I just had to get that off my chest.
Rushman's been more of a name the last couple of years than actually
true, very true.
Like performing,
and they did get some younger talents. So that may end up being a good trade. That's all I got. Sorry.
Hey, I thought the Orioles were going to be nasty a couple of years ago, and they've kind of just not been what I thought they were going to be.
See, my problem is I was a fan in the '70s when they were kicking everybody's butt. So I got to let go of that. But I'm having trouble with it. Between the Yankees and the freaking Red Sox, Orioles fans have lived in that shadow for 30 years.
Darsky, give us your 3 one more time, and then we'll move on.
1 good 2 Bob Does Sports, 3 DeChambeau.
Okay, perfect. And I'm going Bob Does, Foreplay, and DeChambeau. All right, so hey, I got a couple just like fun little golf questions for you guys, if you're cool with that. I got to shout out my man Bennett Rich. He shot me this topic. I think this would be a good point of discussion. So here's the question for you guys, and whoever wants to take it, and let's have a good discussion. Would you rather play your dream course, whatever that dream course is? Like you can state that too if you want to, right? With like your buddies, like with your ideal foursome, like you and 3 buddies at your dream course, or would you rather play your local course with like your favorite golfer?
I'll go first.
Probably my dream course.
Oh, go ahead, Dark. No, go ahead, Dark. You're a host. You go.
Oh, gosh. You're the guest, though. I would probably – I mean, I'm already bad enough, so I don't really need to play a local course with Tiger Woods and feel worse about it.
Who's that? Who's Tiger Woods? Who's that?
Some days he doesn't know who he is.
Who's that?
Dar's one-liners are back, baby.
I'd rather play I think I'd much rather play my dream course with like friends, like Augusta or something. I think Augusta would be number 1. I think St. Andrews would be number 2.
Dar, your game.
I'd love to slice one off the hotel.
I think your game would translate link style.
Links would be good. Yeah.
Those topped warm burners.
They'll run, baby.
Or a slice off the hotel.
Dar, how long would it take you, or how many shots would it take you to get ball in hole in every single hole at Augusta National? What do you think your total score legitimately would be?
200. That's generous.
I think that's fair.
I'll tell you what hole would hurt me is TPC Sawgrass. Is it 16?
17.
The island
17.
green, the Peninsula Green, 17. I have number 5 at Pine Hollow gives me trouble. I can't imagine trying to dart one on that one.
See,
Actually,
just,
I think an underrated dream course would actually be Paynes Valley.
that's a good one.
Yeah,
it's a good choice.
I think that's an underrated.
Dar, off
Like,
topic, I
dream
think in a
course.
weird way, I think a par 3 like 17 honestly would give you as much fits as you think. I don't think it'd be easy, but you got to hit one good iron shot off a tee. I think you have a better shot on that hole than like
18's pretty tough.
18. At least you fade it though, Dar. You're going away from the water.
That's good. Yeah, you're going away from the water.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. The draws come out a little bit recently.
Like I think like 13 at Augusta
Oof.
could pose some issues.
Hey, what do they say?
I think you can pull any hole out of the hat at Augusta, and it's going to give me issues.
Hey, what do they say in 10 Cup? Dar's just standing on 17 at Sawgrass. I can make this shot. I can hit this shot.
I think every golf ball. I think every golf ball I buy has a magical radar for water.
You guys you guys are too young. A long time. I have no idea how long ago, but they had a thing on television. They had the worst golfers in America play.
I've seen it.
TPC. The guy putted it around the water on 17 down the walkway.
Fellas, I made you watch this.
He could not get it over the water, and he putted it around the walkway. Kid you not.
I've made the fellas watch this. My father told me
I think he made 20-something on that hole.
He did. I mean,
it's unbelievable. Yeah.
It's incredible.
He finished it, though. He finished it.
Eventually, he had to because it was on camera.
Yes.
Didn't Kevin Na make like a 16 on the hole?
Kevin
Na did get stuck in some trees at some point sometime in Texas.
He got some issues. He got some issues. He's got some hot takes, too, if you keep the microphone on him.
You might hear something.
And his apparel choice is a little hot. The flaming skull or whatever we're doing.
That's no good.
No good.
Ian Poulter.
Yeah. Well,
he has some regrettable wardrobe choices for sure. Just in a similar incident, I had my ladies club championship one year, and Mrs. Biddle had a 14-shot lead going to 18 at Wells Country Club, and it's like a forced carry. You have to hit it like 100 yards over the water. And I used to put a drop circle on the green side for the women, but I didn't for the club championship. She made 20 on 18 and lost by a shot. She was absolutely devastated. She was in tears, bless her heart. I felt so bad. So from then on, any kind of ladies tournament, I put a drop circle on the green side of the water. She hit like 10 balls in the water. 10, 12 balls.
How much was she up going to 18?
She had like a 14-shot lead.
Did you hit the Buffalo Wild Wings button?
I mean, she couldn't get it over the water. It was horrible. I thank God I wasn't watching it, but it was bad.
That's like one of those things, like it's a train wreck. Like you don't want to watch, but you can't turn away.
You know it's gonna wreck. You know it's coming. You just don't know when.
I think every golf club in my bag would have been in the water with the.
There's no question. No question. I mean, I picked it up and thrown it or something. Or she could ship it around the bridge. She probably didn't think about that though.
Did she show up and play next year?
She did. She came in the grid. I was doing the scoreboard in the grid when she came in and absolutely lost it. I thought something happened, and it did. She said she made a 20. I'm like, oh my God. I really had to gather myself, man. I really had to. That wasn't easy.
The person in second place had to think you were pranking them when you told them they won after.
They finished a half hour ahead of her. They were getting ready to go home. I said, here's your trophy. They said, for what? I said, you won the Women's Club Championship.
Miss Biddle got a 20 on 18.
She made 20. It's hard to write 20 in a scorecard and get it in that little square.
When you get to like the back, like after hole like 5, if your score is like higher than the whole number, that's how question. You know you did something not great.
Poor thing. Bless her heart.
Hey, what do y'all think, Vance, Mike, Oakley? Like, I know, would y'all rather play like a dream course with your buddies or like a local course with your favorite golfer?
I would say dream course with buddies. I think it'd be, I don't know. I mean, it'd be cool to watch, but at the same time, it's like, I don't think there'd be a ton of interaction if you get Tiger out at Pine Hollow. He's really not going to talk to you. He's not going to, it's just going to be kind of watching him, which I feel like he could go watch at a golf tournament. I'd rather go play somewhere nice.
I would say too, if you're with Tiger, make sure you're driving the golf cart, not
True.
him, because you never
Correct.
know. Vance, I got another question. If you
Or
Or
don't start a bar
neither
tab.
one of you are driving the golf cart.
Don't start a bar tab and let him use it.
Vance, if you got your dream course, what would it be? And would I be in your like foursome? Like, would you choose your brother?
I think absolutely. I think Augusta.
Right.
I mean, it would be Augusta. It has to be.
All right.
I think
What do you think you shoot at
would be
Augusta?
worth the price of admission just to
What
see
do
what
I think I'd
do.
shoot at Augusta?
Yeah.
It depends on the tees. I don't know. I'd like to think I'd break. I think I could break 95.
Well, you couldn't. They wouldn't let you play the tournament. You'd have to play the members tees, and it's
How
quite
far is that?
It's quite a bit shorter. I think
Quite
it's
a bit shorter.
low 6,000s. I think.
Corey, you've seen Vance play. What do you legitimately think he could shoot at Augusta?
Oh, he'd definitely break 85, possibly 80 if he's playing some.
I think so too.
Because he's gonna annihilate the par fives if he hits good drives.
In a weird way, it's kind of weird. Sometimes when you watch Augusta, obviously it's difficult. This might be a hot take. It almost seems like there's room to hit the ball though, where you might not lose the ball. Yeah. I think that's what kills people.
The greens are the deal. There's not the driving. It's not the driving.
But I think for amateur golfers, I think that's what kills the score the most. Is if you go play a tight course with tree line stuff, OB pretty close. I think losing the tee ball. I think at Augusta you can kind of hit it a little bit over the place and go find the ball.
You definitely
which can keep it in play.
Those greens are diabolical.
Yeah.
Uncle Reid, how many times have you been there?
I've been to the Masters about probably 6 or 7 times.
Does TV do it any justice just in terms of like the beauty and the undulation and all that?
No. And the first time you go there, your adrenaline's pumping so hard, and you walk that first hole. The first hole is like a 20-degree incline.
Yeah.
I mean, it's unbelievable. When you've been there about an hour and you are sucking wind, I'm going ahead and tell you, because you walk through that place like, I mean, you're running a sprint because you can't wait to get out there. The first time there is you really got to pace yourself. But you guys talking about your favorite player to play with, sounds like I'm the only guy who wouldn't list mine as Tiger Woods.
I think you are. Dar might choose Garrett Clark. I don't know.
I would take the champ before I took anybody.
Wow.
Who would you choose, Uncle Reid?
My problem is most of those guys I would want to play with aren't living anymore, so that's the problem. Well, Jack Nicklaus is living, but he really doesn't play golf anymore.
No.
For my favorite, you mean my favorite like PGA Tour players? Is that what we're asking?
Well, like who would you, if you could choose one?
Yeah, and they can go back in time.
With?
You can go back in time.
Yeah.
Like you can get back to Jack in his prime if that's who you.
Who would you play with?
Arnold Palmer, because he was the coolest cat there's ever been, bud. I mean, he was my man said, he's cooler than the other side of the pillow. He's just cool. I mean, I also think he's lucky he didn't have cell phones and cameras back then.
Arnie is lucky there was no social media.
That would be correct.
The cardigans, man.
100% correct.
The cardigans and the darts.
Absolutely.
It's a good look.
They got paid if they had their picture taken with a cigarette in their hand. They got sponsored by the L&M company, Liggett and Myers, and they got paid to have a picture taken with a cigarette either in their mouth or in their hand. He and Ben Hogan both did. Isn't that crazy?
Who was the football player? Was it Joe Namath that was on the bench smoking a cigarette? Broadway Joe?
It sounds like something he would do.
Wait, was Arnold Palmer the yellow Lacoste sweat? Yeah. Was he Lacoste guy? Like the yellow
No.
Who am I thinking of? Is that Jack?
Nicholas wore a yellow shirt on Sundays, and he never said anything about it until recently. It was for a kid who had cancer and ended up dying, and the kid asked him to wear yellow. He never made it public until very recently.
Actually didn't know that.
Oh, wow. I mean, yeah,
that's why he wore yellow. Like the year he won his last Masters, he had a yellow shirt on. That's why he wore yellow. But it was he didn't flaunt it or brag about doing it. He just did it. And recently, in the last 4 or 5 years, I think the story finally came out.
Okay, what's the nicest course you've ever played? Or is there like a course you haven't played that you would want to play? Like a dream course?
I guess the most famous, I played Pine Valley in New Jersey. That's usually top 5 in the world every year. But I'll be honest with you, I was underwhelmed. I wasn't. It didn't. I mean, I never went to Scotland play, which I regret. I would have loved to gone over there. The nicest course I've ever played. Golly, I don't know if I could. I don't know if I can tell you one that's ahead of the others. I mean,
Is there a course you have? Is there a course you have that you want to play that you haven't?
Yeah,
Or that you would love to play?
Augusta National, no doubt.
Absolutely, yes, sir.
Yeah, Augusta National, and then Pebble Beach would be 2, and St. Andrews right behind. Those 3 are by far they're unbelievable.
The wind at those
Is Pebble
last
Beach
two
the one
courses
where
would be brutal.
Yeah, no question.
The wind at Pebble Beach would be brutal.
Absolutely.
Is that like the downhill par 3 that Jim Nance like lives behind? That will sometimes like walk out of his house and like talk to the guys hitting. Is that right? Does anybody know that?
There's a short downhill.
He has a replica.
The 7th hole, he has a replica in his backyard.
Oh, maybe that's what. Hey,
have you not seen the one where Tom Brady and Peyton Manning break in his house and then hit balls off the roof of the house? You not seen that video?
Wait, so it's a replica?
Yeah, a replica.
He has in his backyard.
Yeah.
I'm an idiot. I thought my man literally lived behind that hole and like just walk out of his back deck and like commentate the guys.
And they did a Tom Brady and Peyton Manning they broke into his backyard and played it.
Pebble's the national park technically, Trey. You can go walk around there while people are playing golf.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Nance has
Mikey,
done a
what you
video
think?
where he commentates his own golf swing. That's pretty good.
That's true. I think the fellas have listed off some great spots. I'm going to stick with everyone's kind of typical route here and suggest I'd rather play with the fellas and probably bring my old man. I think that's just the way to do it, right? That's why we play the game of golf. But I'll go a different route. I'll take some oddballs here. I'll probably say Cypress Point is one that's very intriguing. It's why not? I've not played any West Coast golf in my career. Pebble's cool. Played it on the simulator. Very fun. But why not go with the primo stuff and say Cypress?
Yeah.
There's some interesting courses up here in the Northeast that would pique my interest. I think Uncle Reid's point about Pine Valley's an interesting take. Everyone does tout it as a very special place, and at the same time, not everything resonates with everybody. But that looks like a primo spot. But I've never actually played Pinehurst number 2, but that's accessible. But I'm trying to think of places that aren't too accessible. I'd love to play the Grove, maybe. Why not take on MJ's place? But if I had to pick one, it'd probably have to be Cypress Point for sure.
Where's that at, Mikey?
Cypress Point is actually right next to Pebble Beach in California. So they're very close to each other. I would say actually walking distance.
They played a Walker Cup there recently.
They did. Right. That was actually fantastic.
They talk about how easy the golf course is. I don't know if you guys ever read the book The Match.
Mm-mm.
It's a tournament. It's a game that Byron Nelson and Ben Hogan play. Ken Venturi and Harvey Ward. Ken Venturi and Harvey Ward were amateurs at the time. Harvey Ward's from Tarboro. And they were both ranked at one time or the other #1 amateurs in the world. And they beat Hogan and Nelson. But there was like high score in the group was 67, I think. And there were like high 30 birdies. But they say Cypress Point is much easier than Pebble Beach is from a playability standpoint. But it's so exclusive. In fact, if you're a guest, you can't even go in the golf shop and buy anything. Your member has to buy it for you. I mean, they are extremely exclusive. I have some friends who played there, but it's only because it was a Monday. You could, if you knew the right person, you could get on Mondays. But yeah, it's that place is unbelievable. They say.
So I think go ahead, Vince.
No, I was gonna say that other course in California, Riviera. I think that'd be a good one.
Oh yeah, that would be.
That always looks pretty cool on TV.
Absolutely,
Briv's a great ad there. Vic.
That first tee shot looks pretty cool.
It does.
Vince, what's your favorite course in Raleigh? I know you've worked at a lot of different courses around here. Like, where did you enjoy working the most? Or like, what was your favorite course to play around here?
I think
we can't choose Pine Hollow, even though Pine Hollow is our favorite. Pine Hollow is out of the equation.
Pine Hollow is my favorite, but working at Northridge in high school, I think Northridge was pretty sweet. You get 2 courses. I thought that was the nicest.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Wilmar.
Yeah, Wilmar was good.
Rest in peace.
How about Pascal?
Oof. Pascal was
So we played
Pascal-
We played a high school match at Wilmar. Okay, we shot 7 under as a 4-person team. We played Raleigh Broughton. We thought we were just the king of the hill. They shot 24 under as a team on us at Wilmar. When we were country come to town, buddy. We were out of Wilson. We done gone to Raleigh and shot 7 under. We thought we were gonna kill every cat in the alley. They shot 24 under as a team at Wilmar. We had a reality check real quick.
Hey, only if they had Miss Biddle. Only if they had Miss Biddle, you would have been in luck.
Her son was the police chief at the time.
No.
That's a bad move on my part.
She's probably
Hey,
about to have you arrested.
She committed a crime on 18. She
Yeah,
committed
no
a
question.
crime.
the bad
I
part
drove-
is too for
You stole
anybody
the
who's
circle.
played 18.
I
You
drove
really
real
can't go around.
No, I drove real slow for
No.
a few days around there after that. I didn't want to get stopped. He might put an APB out on me.
Hey, so I'm gonna go. I think y'all all chose you play with your buddy somewhere. I'm gonna choose a course, and then I'll create. I want you to tell us a little bit more if you're open to it. I would definitely choose a course for like my buddies. I think I would choose that course in South Carolina, with Harbortown or whatever it's called,
Yeah, Harbortown.
for two reasons. One, I like a course that has water on it, even though I'm probably gonna hit it in it. I think it's pretty. And then I like the trees that they kind of had that hang over some of the fair. I don't know what kind of trees they are, but
Yeah.
it just looks really pretty to me.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I would choose that. Uncle Reid, so you played in a little PGA Tour event there, is that correct?
Yeah, those trees are tight, and then they're really tight when they got ropes on both sides of the fairways and people leaning over the ropes looking at you, and you think you might kill somebody off the tee box.
Wait, so when you played in it, like, how nervous were you on that first tee?
I couldn't breathe. I really, whiffing it entered my mind. I'm not gonna lie to you. I started on the first year because it's an invitational back then, which means it had a slightly smaller field. So they started on 1 and 10. They never started on 1 and 10. I started on 10. OB right, water left. How we doing? They call your name out, and you could hear a pin drop. I'm like, oh my God, this is not going to go well. And that's back when you had the small-headed driver. I had a persimmon 3-wood in the bag. I mean, that's how long ago this is. And I teed that ball up extra high just in case I topped it. I would at least get club on it. I had a good drive, but I never felt comfortable about all those people. That takes some getting used to.
Where'd your shot go?
I hit it right center. If you drove it too far right, you could drive it through the fairway into 16 fairway, which I did. Hit it up by the green, sculled a chip across the green, made me a bogey and got off the green fast. Thank God it went like a 6 or 7. So I could get to 11 real quick because the first hole was a blur. I signed more autographs. I can't imagine the autographs I signed, and people looked at them and said, "Who in the heck is Reid Hill? You never heard of me? Who's this? Who's this guy? They'll put stuff in your face to sign." I mean, I'm like, I couldn't. Yeah, I'm asking people if I can sign autographs for you. Yeah, let me sign one. Hey, here you go.
It's like Happy Gilmore.
Absolutely.
Sign
Yeah,
it.
it's crazy. It's crazy.
What were some other names that played in that? Any names that like.
In the locker room, it was alphabetical. So on one side of me was Scott Hoke.
Got choked.
I played practicing with Gary Hallberg. I played some with Paul Azinger. They split the alphabet in half because the old clubhouse, you took the men's locker room and the women's locker room. Hale Irwin played, Wayne Grady. Davis Love. He may have won. He won like 5 or 6 of those things down there.
Davis Love did win it. I looked it up earlier.
Yeah.
I think Ian Baker Finch, was runner up. Does that sound possible?
Yeah. Gosh,
I looked it up.
Fuzzy was there. Tom Kite, all those guys. It was an invitational. So it wasn't like a run of the mill tournament. And we had within our section we had a qualifier. We had a 2-spot qualifier, and Hilton had 60 guys for 2 spots, and I got through.
Do y'all know who Duke Golf's current coach is? And once I explain, I'll explain why I'm asking this. Are y'all familiar who Duke's current head coach for golf is?
For
No.
the men's coach?
Men's coach.
I do not. I know Dan Brooks is a women's coach, but I don't know the men's coach.
He was on the PGA Tour as Bob Hines.
Yeah, I know that name. Yeah.
So Bob, I taught his youngest son from right around 3rd grade through 7th grade. And then one of his sons was a pitcher for state baseball this past year.
Oh, okay.
He transferred in from the Ivy League.
Dark, tell them
Cool.
we want 4
Shout out
free
Bob
passes.
Hines.
We want 4 free like 4 free whatever greens fees at Duke University Golf Club.
I'll see what my dad can do since he helps with their travel. More than likely, probably not, but you know, he could probably get us on the Valley.
There you
Your
go.
favorite course.
Hey, so I got like a couple more little just quick hitters. Mikey, would you take this one first?
Happy to.
Two things. Well, let's do this one first. What are some pet peeves for you with golf, Mike? Like maybe that other people do on the course? Like, what is something that frustrates you? Maybe something people don't do? Like, do you have any pet peeves like when you're playing around the golf?
Yeah, I would say I do. I'd say I like to keep it light. I mean, look, it's for the most part I'm playing public golf, right? So we got to be understanding that there's other people out there that may not be up to the same, standards that I may have, which are very loose, to be completely transparent with everyone. I'd say number one is it's not a pace of play issue, but I'm not big on if you're whacking it 8 times, let's pick it up and move it on here. I don't think we need to be putting ball in cup and with 12 shots on a hole. This is public golf. We're out here to have fun. I think that's number one. Number two, I don't know. It's kind of tough. This one's really dumb. I really, parking the cart, right? There's ways to speed things up. Parking the cart, if you know you're going to be if you're walking to the other side of the green and then going back to a club and the front side of the green and then going back to the other side, just park the cart on the back side of the green to be done with it. I think that's an easy one. It's not that difficult. We don't need to park the cart in the front of the green, go grab the putter and the wedge, walk back to the cart, move the cart again. I don't really have anything too crazy. I'm cool with club throwing. I'm cool with, maybe some bad language for the most part. Do I do the club throws? No. Do I use some mildly hot language against myself? Yes, maybe as some pump up music. But other than that, I'm cool with about anything, to be honest with everybody.
Good call.
I
got a good one. The one that really gets me is if you're on the green, you got a group of 4. If the first guy putts and he hits it up there to a tap and he taps in the ball and then he walks his butt back away from the green and does not grab the flag stick.
Amen.
That really gets me. I mean,
that's a good one.
I've played a few rounds where you see a guy, he doesn't touch a flag stick for 18 holes and it's like, that's a bad look. You almost want to wait for him in the parking lot. That's bad. That's probably my number one.
If you're going to call out dad, just call him out. Hey, look, we love our dad to death. He has not touched a flag stick in 60 years of life.
Ask him how much the flag stick weighs.
Yeah, there you go.
When they say, I don't know, they say, well, if you pick one up, you'd figure it out.
Golly.
I don't grab a lot of flag sticks because I'm either too far away from it to hit or I'm off the green still when they're on the green.
There's a guy. There's a guy named Mark Slaughter played golf at State. He's playing in a mini tour event. The guy with him has not picked up a flag for 17 holes, and they're walking. On the 18th hole, Slaughter took the pin and put it in the guy's bag. He said, I bet you get that one.
Good.
Oh my gosh, that's a good one, Vince.
That one gets me. That's bad.
Yeah, it's terrible.
I like what you and Mike have said so far.
Mine is when you walk back to the cart with your club, you don't have to clean it, put it in your bag. Sit in the cart with a club in your hand. Yeah. And then when you get to the next shot, get out, pull the club you're going to use out and put that one back in the bag. People take so much time behind the cart. I mean, what are they doing?
Yeah.
I think that goes back to what, Mike, you were saying. That I get frustrated at that, like the whole pace of play thing. When you're done with the hole, like other people in the fairway or rough or wherever we are, like it's hard enough for me to wait to hit my shot anyway. I want to just hit it, but they just sit in the cart, maybe write their score on the card, clean the club,
do it on
just
the next
move.
Tee. Do
just
it on the
move.
next tee. Absolutely.
Just move.
Absolutely.
Amen. Dar, you got any?
Trying to think. I don't know, because I don't really want to have a lot of pet peeves. I feel like I'm guilty of a lot of stuff. I mean, I play pretty fast. I mean, I have to remind myself
You
to
do.
take practice sometimes. I rush.
I think, like
I
y'all
guess
said, it's
I guess I just get frustrated when someone hits like when people don't play ready golf when they're not good. Like I'm not saying you don't line up your ball, you don't read the green, but like people in front of us, I'll watch a dude stand over a putt for 10 minutes. And it's
good one,
like
Dar.
if you can't read the green after a couple tries, then just hit it straight and pray to God it goes where it needs to go.
Exactly.
I think I got one more. I'm not a fan of when other people commentate another person's golf shot.
Yeah.
That gets on my nerves.
You learn that the hard way when you loop a couple times.
Like, it's like especially if it's a guy you don't really know. If it's one of your buddies, it's kind of one thing. But if it's someone you don't know, you just got to let it go. You don't need to be yelling out, sit, this, that, and the other. Just let it go.
Dude, that's one thing I think I agree with that I've like tried to get better at, because golf to me can be awkward sometimes, especially if you maybe don't know, like you're not great friends with the people you're playing with, and like golf can get that awkward silence sometimes, right? But sometimes you just gotta embrace the awkward silence and don't overstep your welcome, because I would understand like the other guy may take that the wrong. So I get what you're saying.
So
I'll
it's like
never
there's
forget
nothing.
the time we got matched up with the TikTok dude, and he literally told me and Trey that Vance was sandbagging us. And
Yeah,
then
that was brutal.
and then he knocked 2 in the water on 5, and then just rage quit mid round, like not even like a goodbye. Just looked up and the dude was. I like teed my ball down, looked up, and the guy was gone.
Well,
Okay,
back
I
to the
got two.
comment.
I got two,
Go ahead.
Trey. I got
Go
two.
ahead, yeah.
First one is, how many times have you hit a putt that's going to be short of the hole and some guy in the group says, hit it?
Yeah.
You've already hit it. You've already hit it, dude. You can't hit it again. I mean, why are you telling him to hit it? And the other thing is, if you're going to throw a club, throw it toward the next hole. Don't throw it backwards toward the tee you just played, where you got to ride backwards to go get the club. Throw it forward.
That's smart.
I agree with that.
The worst one is hit it. You hit a putt,
I
you
agree with
short.
that.
You're already pissed off because you left it short. Hit it. I've already hit it. I just didn't hit it hard enough. Really? I mean,
I can't hit it again.
This happens to me in basketball and golf. When you hit like it's like when you take a shot in basketball and you think you've made it, and you hear someone go, "That's short," and you're
yeah,
like, I guess from the angle they are, they can tell it's not going to make it, and you think you've
right.
cashed it and it's short.
Yeah,
Same thing for me when I hit a wedge. I'm like, "Oh, I hit that wedge good," and somebody goes, "Oh, that's bunker," and you're like,
yeah,
"What?" And it just splashes in the sand. You're just
yeah.
like, "Well."
Thanks.
There's maybe one more to add. Me and V have experienced this one a couple times in our member guest woes. People don't understand the concept of it. If they're away, it's their turn to play. Again, I don't play a lot of tournament golf. I'm cool with ready golf. If you're ready to go, rip it. But there's nothing worse than the guys like, yeah, you go on ahead, and it's like, buddy, you're 10 feet behind me. I think you're away. Go ahead and hit your putt. I'm gonna watch what you do. Sorry to be a stickler about the rules, but you're away here. How about you hit your putt and get up there rather than wait around?
That's fair. I agree with that.
Call, Mike.
We need our reads.
This is true.
Some more than others, myself included.
Dude, I got one. This is my biggest one. I think everyone who plays golf lies about their golf game. Like,
of course.
I don't understand that.
One way or the other, yeah.
But I think most people lie and say they're better than they actually are.
Oh, yeah.
But then I'm like, why would you ever do that? Because then when you go play, you look like the biggest idiot in the world. And golf is a handicap game. So if anything, shout out Jim Radulovic, I would lie the other way.
That's right.
I would say like I'm worse than I am. But like, some guy will tell you like, oh yeah, I'm mid-70s, I'm low 80s. And then you go play golf and you can tell off the first tee, you're like, dude, you're lucky to break 100. Like, why are you lying about that to sound cool? So my biggest pet peeve is just like the excuse guy or the liar guy who just can't be honest about his golf game. I can't stand that.
Look, first time, I'll give you a perfect example of the opposite of that. Vance says, would you mind watching me hit some balls sometime? So he comes up to Wilson Country Club. I said, okay, how far do you hit 8-iron? He said, I don't know, like 170. I'm like, yeah. I mean, I've been giving the lesson for 40s. I'm like, 170, yeah, whatever. Hits about 2 8 irons, and I'm like, holy s, you know what? I mean, he's hitting this ball. I'm like, oh my God, he is not kidding. So then he says, I'm going to hit some drivers. Where the net at West Coast Club is like 265 from the tee, right? I said, well, let's hit some. I said, he has this driving iron at the time he hits it. He hits about 2 shots and they fly about 2/3 up into the net. I said, dude, this range can't hold you. But when he first said, I hit 8 iron at once, I'm like, yeah, whatever. I've heard that 8 million times.
That's like
But
golf. You always
he flew it at least 170.
Mhm.
golf's the one sport you gotta undersell and over deliver. You
Correct.
can't
Amen.
Absolutely.
you can't say what you do and then just not produce it all.
But Vince, I agree. I think everybody on we've obviously played a lot with Drew, Mike, and you everyone on here is I feel very honest about their golf game.
Yeah.
No one on here is going to sit here and try to lie about what they are or aren't. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be honest what we are, and let's go play.
Golf's the one sport you really can't lie but so much, because eventually it's a singular sport, an individual sport. You got to go hit a shot for people to see.
You got to go play.
You can't cover it up but so much. I mean, you can say you had a bad day, but if you're saying you're shooting low 80s and you shoot 110, that's worse than a bad day.
Well, we're definitely honest, because the par 3, we're doing our match, and I lost that ball randomly in the pine straw. We all saw it land, and my ball disappeared. And you're like, just play for 2, and we ended up winning the hole for the stroke. And I looked at Trey and said, we can't take that hole because my ball literally got lost. So I kept the score of the 2, but we eliminated the stroke, and we just tied, kept our score where we were. I'm not taking that win on that hole because my ball got lost somewhere.
That was a tough loss. I took.
All right, hey, real quick, I got 2 more, then we'll move on from golf. What do you guys think is the most important part of the game for the amateur golfer? Whether it's driving, iron game, chipping, putting, mental, staying in it, punching out, recovering. What do you guys think is the singular most important part of the game to help you if you're an amateur golfer?
Off the tee is huge. I would agree. Losing balls and making doubles, having a re-tee is not ideal. And I've done a lot of that in my life.
I think off the tee by far.
So, Mike, if you're driving the ball good, Uncle Reid, we're just asking the question, what do you think is the most important part of the game for just the amateur golfer? What part of golf? Driving, chipping, putting, iron, whatever. Mike, what do you think your score dispersion could be if you're driving it good versus if you're driving it bad that day? How many strokes?
Oh, good. If I'm hitting fairways again, a lot of I'll go on a little bit of a manic rant here for a second. But Northeastern golf has taught me a lot about how to get off the tee properly. A lot of the courses we play up here are 6,200 to 6,300 yards. That I've never played a course that short in my life in North Carolina ever. So I've learned that hitting a 5-iron XYZ, let's call it 210 yards or 200 yards, whatever. If you hit it OB, it doesn't matter. You're re-teeing, you're dropping another ball. You could hit hybrid, you get driver that far, it doesn't matter. So really getting off the tee square. But for me personally, if I'm losing balls off the tee, and Vance is why I have the big banana in me from time to time. So not being able to hit the ball off the tee for me can probably add at least 8 to 10 strokes on a given round for me. I'm a live or die by the driver guy. I used to be a really bad putter. If I had to name a number one spot for people to really make sure to emphasize during practice, putting and especially short game chipping, as much as people hate to do it, that's really the spot to practice. Honestly, I've probably gained so much off my actual cap just from actually practicing chipping and putting. But if you can't get off the tee, at least hitting it straight. It doesn't matter if you hit it 300, if you hit it 210. If you hit it straight and you can find it, you're going to shave a lot of strokes off pretty quick. And that's applicable to any golf course you play. Just hitting it straight and finding it is probably the biggest number one part of the game, honestly, for me.
I 100% agree.
I think my biggest in my game recently is taking my driver out of my bag. I tee off a 3-wood. I do sacrifice a little bit of distance if I get it, but that's been helping, but I'm still wasting strokes with duff chips but I'm getting better at picking the right club. So like one of the par fives, I hit a 7-iron into like a wedge shot instead of trying to be aggressive and hitting a 3-wood that's not going 230. Even if I hit it well, I just took a 7-iron, hit it 150, 160, and then hit my second shot. I'm on the green, try to 2-putt and get out of there.
I can't tell you how many times I play with guys and they get on a par five, they can't get there, and they hit it up there 50, 60 yards from the hole. And he's like, I hate this shot. I say, okay, there's an obvious question coming. If you have the choice, why would you hit a shot that's going to put you 50, 60 yards from the hole if you don't like that shot? Well, I just always hit 3-wood for my second shot. Okay, well, keep shooting 85 then. But I mean,
Yep.
I mean, if you don't like a shot, then maybe work on it. But until you get it where you feel good about it, put it 100 yards from the green where you feel like you can get a full wedge. But that doesn't seem to resonate with some people. Anyway.
Which I think with golf in a weird way, I think if you actually played around and you had somebody kind of caddying for you, giving you advice, I do think you would shave some strokes off pretty easily. For that reason, where people are hitting up to a spot they probably shouldn't. I think if you actually do have somebody talking you through it, I do think it shaves some strokes off.
No doubt. No question.
I agree with that. All right, so real quick, I got some couple quick hitters. Then we're moving on from golf. Let's just go down the road. I'm gonna ask. First question is just give a number. What score do you think you have to be able to shoot to say you are good at golf? Okay, let's go. Dar, you want to go first? What score do you think you have to shoot to say you're good at golf?
I think at least in the 80s. I mean, I think would be considered average.
Okay, so if you're 80s in golf, you can say you're good.
Yeah, I think that'd be like pretty average.
Okay, Vance, what do you think?
Say you're good at golf. I think if you're breaking 85, I'd say you're good at golf.
Okay, Mike. Sorry, Reid, go ahead.
100% agree. The average handicap in America has not gone down. The average score is still almost 100 in America. 85, I think you're a good golfer if you can shoot 85 or better.
Wait, Uncle Reid, say it one more time. So the average score in America is about 100?
Yes, then the average handicap has not gone down in like 30 years.
Wow.
So I'm an average golfer.
Let's go, Dar.
Let's go, Dar.
Let's go, baby. Dar, that's like the best news all day.
I never heard, where does Dar come from? What is Dar from?
It's a long story.
Oh, is it? Okay. Okay. Well,
Mike, what do you say?
I'm gonna ride the train. I think the fellas said it perfectly. I think if you can break 85 consistently, I would say I would give you a nod that you're a very good golfer. Yeah. That's a good score, man.
Yep.
It's a good score.
Yep. Absolutely.
I'm going to be a little bit different because I'm going to say this, and I want this to be this. I'm going to say below 90 because I feel pretty good about below 90. To me, an 8 and a 9 is like a big difference. I feel like an 89, you could say you're a good golfer. A little bit above, I think you got a little work to do. But hearing Uncle Reid say less than 100 is average, I'm almost like willing to say if you shoot below 100, you should be able to say you're a good golfer because there are a lot of golfers who cannot do that.
Not to drag this out a little bit, I think golf is a very interesting, fascinating sport because most of us kind of reach a plateau, right? I've reached a plateau with my own personal ability at the current moment. I'm sure everyone can mildly relate to, but back to Vance's point, if you have kind of a buddy with you that may talk you off a hero shot or doing something out of the ordinary that you shouldn't be doing or can't do, or back to Mr. Hill's point about why are you laying up to a horrible yardage, just give yourself a full swing. If you really just take the time to think it out, not to add time to the game, but if you really take the time to think it out, should I really be hitting this shot or where would I prefer to be? This is where these pros really excel, right? They put themselves in easy positions to hit easy shots for them that they hit all the time and can do on rinse repeat. And they just make it look easy. That's why the game's easy for them. They put themselves in easy spots. I could probably shave a lot of strokes off my game from putting D-Stink back in the bag and pulling out hybrid or something easier to hit a little more loft, that's going to spin a little bit more and not go OB. It's really an egotistical game at the same time. We all want to hit driver all the time and hit it really far past our buddies, but at the same time, it doesn't, sometimes accumulate a good score. So sometimes it's really, you got to check yourself and make sure you're hitting the shot you should be hitting rather than hitting the shot that's fun or kind of the one you get to chat about with your buddies. But at the same time, no one came here to watch you lay up. So
absolutely, it's
why
fun.
not?
Chicks dig the long ball, right?
That's right. They do. They do. That's where it's tough.
But when I'm coaching somebody on the golf course, Trey, I always pose this question to them: what do you think you'd shoot if you played 18 holes and the shot you're going to hit to the green in regulation? So it's par 3 be your first shot, par 4 your second shot, par 5 your third shot. If you were on the 150 marker on all 18 holes, hitting your shot in regulation to the green, you'd shoot lower.
Amen. Amen. I love that.
But who's going to hit 6-iron off the tee when you can turn the driver loose? I mean, you're out there to have fun. I mean, let's face it. That sounds good and all, and you can temper that. But sometimes you just got to let the big dog eat, man. I mean, you can't just. Yeah, it's fun. Sure, it is. Absolutely, it is.
What do they say?
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead, dude.
I would say you can only take but so many chirps. Like when you're playing in a group and you're hitting iron off the tee all day.
That's right.
You can only listen to so many of like calling you a certain name, and you're like, all right.
No question. No question.
Hit this.
Heroes get remembered, legends never die.
Absolutely.
Grab the big stick and let it eat. All right, last golf thing. Then we will. This should be kind of fun. What's y'all's favorite golf course snack? Like, what's your go? Because that's a big part of golf for me. Is having a good something to eat. What's your go-to golf course snack?
Got to be a chili and onion hot dog.
Oh,
got to be a chili dog. It's got to be the chili and onion hot dog.
I vote. That gets my vote. That's my vote.
That was mine too.
That's my vote. Absolutely.
We just got to rip it. Yeah.
You better find out,
dude. It's mustard, ketchup, chili. That's it.
Yeah.
And you take 2 bites when you get it at the turn. Then you go hit your tee shot on 10, and then you finish it in the car down the fairway on 10.
But you got to be careful at Wilson Country Club because the squirrels hang out in the trees. You leave any food on that cart seat, it will not be there when you get back. So you can't leave anything in the cart at 10. Trust me. If you ever play there, don't be leaving food in the cart at 10. It'll be gone.
Well, while you're picking up your hot dog, grab a pocket full of toilet paper.
They feast on number 10.
Dar, what'd you say?
Said while you're grabbing your hot dog, grab a pocket full of toilet paper while you're there.
That could be a thing too with the chili.
What were you gonna say, Vince?
I got nothing to add. I was gonna say hot dogs classic. That's tough to beat.
The Miss Vicky's jalapeno chips are good too.
Boy.
Yeah.
I played Brunswick Plantation down at the beach, and I got a chicken salad sandwich at the turn, and it was pretty good. The bread was a little dry, but the chicken salad was good.
That might be another pet peeve, actually. When after 9, you can't go in there getting a full meal, though.
No.
Some guys like to go in, and it's like they're getting food that needs to be. I mean, it's like, come on, keep a little pace.
Steak medium well.
It's like I had a decent. I had a decent front 9. Can we get the number 10 tee box, please? Like,
you can get a hot dog quick too. That's the other thing.
That's
you don't have to really order it.
Yes,
it's right there
correct.
for you.
That's right.
I grab candy sometimes, or like Pine Hollow has the cookies. I've grabbed the jumbo cookie on the turn.
Yeah, the cookies.
Nice.
Darn.
Yeah,
Darn.
that's also a good call.
All right, I'm a liar. This is quick. I gotta ask this. All right, last golf thing. All right, y'all. We can answer. We'll just ask it out loud. You can say yes or no, reasoning. Whoever wants it. Cheating in golf. I'll admit I can cheat in golf. Working on it, but I can cheat. So, is a breakfast ball off the first tee? Do y'all consider that cheating? Yes or no?
No.
We have to caveat first. Is it an agreed upon term before everyone goes?
I think every round of golf, unless it's a tournament, it should just be a known fact you get 2 off.
I'm fine with that. I'm cool with that. Absolutely.
Okay, if your first one's better than your second one, can you take the first one, or do you have to play the second one?
You can play the first.
Yeah, that's the point. You get two goes.
I have been the club I was the pro at before Wilson Country Club made you play the second one if you hit the second one.
So you really got to think about it if you want to take a second one.
Yeah.
That's how our Saturday group is sometimes. It's like a hard two. So if your first one's somewhat in play, you're tempted just to play it because that second one, if it goes wayward, you're screwed.
But I'd have groups that had a traveling mulligan. If you didn't use it on one, you traveled with you had a chance to use it later in the round. I mean, cheating is a very vague term. It covers a lot of crap. And I'm telling you, when you say that, you know,
I got some more. Don't worry.
You picking up 4-footers, is that cheating?
It's like what I did with,
if you move it off a route, is that cheating? I mean, there's a lot of questions.
The route is safe.
A lot of questions.
The route is safe. You gotta be safe.
No, what were you gonna say?
Yeah, the other day we met at Pine Hollow. I had a case of the tops because I was so excited to find out where the ball was going. And on my first tee shot on number 2, I did the exact same thing, and I literally said, I will give up the stroke on this hole to re-tee. And I finally I said I will stare at this ball until I hit it, and then try to find it out. And I solved the issue. But the first hole, the next few times I played, I've tried to absolutely either murder the ball, or I'm like looking up to see where it's going, and it just takes me a second. I don't know what it is. I just gotta stare at the ground or something when I'm swinging. I just look at the back of the ball.
Uncle Reid, this is my next one. So I'm gonna give you a scenario. Me and Vance are riding in the cart. Anybody answer this? Me and Vance are in the cart together. Let's say Uncle Reid, Mike, and Drew, you guys are all in the cart together. My ball's left in the woods. You guys are all on the right side of the fairway. My ball's behind a little tree where I don't quite have a look at the green. And I just moved my ball about 6 inches one direction to give me a look at the green. No one knows except my brother in the cart with me. Is that cheating, yes or no?
No.
Well, the question arises is which one of the rules are we playing by today? Are we playing by just the odd number ones, or just the even number ones, or do I get a throw somewhere in the round? I mean, is the foot wedge still in play? I mean, is a 4-footer good? In a casual round of golf, I mean, if you're playing for a couple of bucks and your buddies, I think it's kind of, but the problem is 6 inches turns into a foot, turns into 2 feet. Next thing you know, you got it back in the fairway. That's the problem. If you start hedging a little bit, that hedge gets wider and wider and wider.
What about if you give someone a putt that said it's good and they hit it anyways and miss?
Okay, I just had this last week on the golf course. I had a guy had a 4-footer on one. He went over one-handed and hit it, and said, "Well, I made a par." I said, "Okay, here's the deal. Today, if you think a 4-footer is good, pick it up and put it in your pocket. Once you strike it with a golf club, the ball that is in play. Whatever happens to it is what you made." So that's where I finally got him to do that. Don't slap at it half-heartedly and say, "Well, it was good." Then pick the summer gun up. Don't putt it. No, 100%. That's my take on it.
I'm with Mr. Hill on this, and that's
as soon as Vance goes, "You're good," I pick that ball up and I'm out of there.
Absolutely.
Then you're good. Then you're good.
Don't putt it. Right.
Good is good. Don't putt it.
Right.
I don't need the yes.
I think my take on the cheating is that scenario in the woods. I think as long as you don't improve it to the point where then you can hit a different shot than you would have otherwise had. I think if you move it out to get a little bit better swing to then punch it out into the fairway, I'm game for it. If you move it to the point where you have some sort of angle to go at the green, then that's when you start getting out of hand. That's all right. Now, because then you're kind of saving strokes. You're saving strokes anyway, but
yeah,
if you just make it a little easier to hit kind of the same shot, I'm good with it.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other cheating comments, fellas, before we move on? I just wanted to open up that can of worms. I'm always interested in cheating in golf.
I don't really consider any of it cheating, I think you just got to be honest with what score you made. That's my only thing. I think if you
it depends on your setting. When first of all, you're playing in a tournament. If you're out there playing with your buddies on Saturday, maybe having a beer during the round, it's no big deal.
Yeah.
If you're playing into 2-man, and that's a whole different animal. I think you have to know what you're playing in.
Unless you're playing a scramble, then you get your club.
Absolutely, yeah. Like mulligans, the mulligan rule book. I always said I was going to make up a mulligan rule book one time and just put it in the carts there are no mulligan rules. I mean, really, they said one guy said, well, if you don't use the mulligan, it doesn't count if you don't use it. I mean, if you try it and it doesn't go in, it doesn't count. I said, what? I mean, what is that? That's in the mulligan rule book. I said, I've always said I should come up with a mulligan rule book.
All right. So, any other guys, questions, comments, anything else you guys want to say about golf? We kind of move on to our second. I know it's getting late, so I appreciate you guys hanging on.
Buddy, I've set my personal record this year, 10-19. I'm still awake, buddy.
Hey, can you give us 15 more minutes?
Look, man, I'm loving it. But when I take my signal to go to bed, it's when I hear the words NC State Athletics. That's when I know. I say, boys, I enjoyed it. I'll be checking y'all on the flip side.
Well, Dar, let's save that for topic 3, then NCAA stuff. Is that cool? Hey, Dar, do you want to introduce the second topic about the movie thing, what we're going to try to do?
Yeah, so we've been discussing going over and talking about your top 3 sports movies. So now we're not opening up the genre to all movies. We're just only doing sports. And sports can be from like traditional like documentary style stories to kids playing baseball in the backyard, like those type of like sports stories. It's almost like similar as broad as like, would you consider Breaking Bad a Christmas movie and count it in your top Christmas movies? Probably yes. So like, if you think it counts, then you can go with it for the sake of the topic.
Amen. Hey, do anybody want to go first? Give us your 3 and some little reasoning.
I'll go.
You got it. You got it.
Number one for me is easy. Field of Dreams.
Okay.
Great choice.
I've watched it conservatively 80 times, and I'm getting older and sentimental on my work. At the end of the movie, when the guy playing Kevin Costner's dad takes his mask off and asks if you want to have a catch, I lose my cookies every time. So, but anyway, I love that movie. There's some great famous actors in it. Second one's also a baseball movie, For the Love of the Game. I don't know what about that movie I'm attracted to. Maybe it's Kevin Costner. I don't know. And then the third one for me is one I'd forgotten about till I watched it 2 days ago. We Are Marshall.
Oh,
I mean, there's a bunch of good ones. I mean, there's 40 or 50 of them obviously to choose from that are great. Somebody mentioned Sandlot earlier. I mean, how can you not love Sandlot? I mean, seriously.
Yeah.
I mean, how good is that movie? I mean, that movie's lasted through many generations already. There's no telling how old that movie is, but that's mine.
it's a great list. Uncle Reid, you got some big time actors in your movies too. You got Costner twice, and isn't McConaughey and isn't he We Are Marshall? Isn't he the coach?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Field of Dreams, Burt Lancaster, James Earl Jones, Kevin Costner. I mean, there's some major actors in that.
Field of Dreams is a classic. I remember my Papa loved that movie too.
Yeah.
That was a great movie.
Yeah. It was great.
Mikey, do you want to go?
Sure. Let's do this. I think we're all going to list off some classics. So I'll get a couple of mine out of the way. I think this was hit maybe in the pre-pod, but The Miracle on Ice. I mean, fantastic movie. Coach Carter, also great. Remember the Titans. I think everyone's going to highlight these, right?
Absolutely.
I might, we'll throw Rudy in there. The Rookie. All those are great. Okay.
Dude, The Rookie. I forgot about The Rookie, man.
Fantastic.
Man.
I'm going to throw one in.
Rudy.
I don't want to steal one off my man V's list here, but he may or may not list Jerry Maguire. I mean,
It's a good movie.
Oh,
come on. It's
Mike,
great.
do the
Show me the money.
Show me the money.
Sir.
Show me the money. Show me the money. So that's for all the listeners out there. But I might take a little small bend and go for maybe some more dramatized movies here. So one I actually watched recently that might be interesting for the listeners out there and for the guys on with me here. The Iron Claw. It's a wrestling movie. It's about a wrestling family. I don't know what the timeline is, 70s or 80s, but it's about a family of wrestlers. Unfortunately, it's when Mr. Zac Efron just has a huge, big Botox chin, but that's a fantastic movie. I don't think I've cried in a long time, and I'm going to be very transparent. Cried at that movie. It was great. Fantastic. Another one. We'll go back to kind of more normalcy here. White men can't jump.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Oh my
Great
goodness, yes. Oh yeah.
White man can't jump. Fantastic. And then we got some other kind of goofy ones in here, but let's go with an old classy one, the Mighty Ducks.
Nice.
oh
choice
my
there.
gosh.
And we'll in my list there. I think that's a nice, just it's a balanced diet of some drama, some classic, just good comedy, and then just a classic that everyone can watch with the kids.
Mike, I had like 13 movies written down, and you listed like 3 or 4 that I love that I didn't even have written down that I forgot. Like The Rookie is unbelievable.
Yep.
The Rookie's great. It's a
Yep.
good one.
Man.
Bull Durham, it's another banger.
Oh, I have, yeah.
Invincible.
I got
Invincible, it's a good one.
Kevin Costner
Kevin
keeps
Costner.
coming back, man.
That guy's hot.
some of my 3 have already been listed. I think Remember the Titans has to be in there, but I'm gonna
Yeah.
the 2 I'm gonna say, I'm gonna go Rocky. I don't know what
Yeah.
number it is versus
Mm.
Drago,
That's
Four.
up there.
Rocky 4.
and I'm gonna go Radio.
Oh,
Radio
yes,
is a good one.
absolutely.
That's
Oh
a
my
great one.
gosh.
Yes.
Cuba
I
Gooding
love
Jr.
Radio.
That's a great one.
And
That's a good one.
Ed Harris.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So those are my 2.
Yeah.
I mean, Remember
That's
the
awesome.
Titans is in there, but those are my
Yeah.
2.
Vance, was Drago on steroids, yes or no?
1000%.
Oh
Oh,
my
they all
God.
they all
oh
were
my
on steroids.
God, yes. Yes.
Was Rocky on steroids, yes or no?
100%.
Yes.
100%. I don't know if you
Throw
guys
in
saw
the
this
towel.
come through the pipes the other day. They're actually doing a dramatization of Sylvester Stallone when he was making and writing Rocky.
Yes.
So that should be coming out. I saw an ad for that the other day. That could be interesting. So
Man.
yeah.
Y'all make me want to just watch movies. Like literally. Like all these are so good.
I got another one for you. Space Jam.
Yeah, Space Jam is
Oh.
that's a great one.
With
Yeah.
LeBron.
Who? Who's that? Who? Oh, whoa, whoa. Okay.
No, LeBron.
No, we're going there now. We're going there. You shouldn't have brought it up. We're going there now. Okay, now I'm wide awake. Okay, who did you just say?
I didn't know which Space Jam you were referencing there.
I mean, you mean the guy who isn't even in the top 5 best ever? Is that you talking about LeBron? Was he like 6 or 7 on the list?
Dar, clip it.
Hey, what did Uncle? Yeah,
Bring it to me. Bring
Uncle
it
Reed,
to
what'd
me.
you say? What'd you say? LeBron stands. What does GOAT stand for?
Get on another team.
Wait, so say the whole thing one more time. So LeBron's not what all time,
He's top 10, yeah, for sure, but certainly not top 5.
and GOAT stands for what?
Get on another team.
We're gonna have to have Uncle Reed back for a GOAT debate. We'll do that next podcast next time.
But it's an age thing, you know. I mean,
Amen.
it's. I mean, LeBron's obviously one of the best players ever. I'm kidding about that, but we all have our own during
Amen.
when we were watching. I mean, who's to say Bill Russell wasn't, or
Absolutely.
Jerry West, or Will Chamberlain? Who's to say that? You know, you only know kind of the people that you watch play.
Yeah.
Same thing with golf. Same thing with any sport. I think
Absolutely.
you know. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, let's hear your
Yours?
list.
Dart, you want to go first? Or me?
Sure. I'll go. Number 1 is Little Big League.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
You guys remember that? The
Absolutely.
Yeah.
grandfather passes away, kid takes
Yeah.
over the Twins.
Yeah.
The hotel scene where he discovers adult movies and doesn't know what they are. And his mom sees the bill is absolutely classic. Rookie of the Year,
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Good one.
Rosengada,
Yeah.
Garden Hoser. This next movie is, remember, you cannot pitch to Johnny because I'm Johnny. So, The Little Giants.
Good one too.
Dart.
Yes. Spike Don't Play with Girls.
Dart, what was the guy's name of Rookie of the Year? Was it Brigma, the guy that got locked in the cage that was like choked on seeds all the time? The assistant coach, wasn't it Brigma?
Well, I'm also thinking of in Little Big League, the dude pulls out the wad of chewing gum and just wraps a whole thing of tobacco into it and just like jams it into his mouth. And I think that might have been Major League. That might have been what's the dude's name? Park, not is it Parkman?
Yeah. Parkman.
Wait,
Yeah.
and then the last one is Major League because
Great one.
it's great. Like Jobu and
Wesley Snipes.
Yeah. He runs
Dude.
like Mays. He runs like Hayes, but he hits like Mays.
That's right.
Our little giants, when the kid gets his like helmet taken off and you think he lost his head, but it just his helmets get taken off, that cracks me up every time.
Can't see with this thing on.
That's great. Dude, that
Dude,
is hilarious.
anytime in class when
funny.
I'm throwing football at the kids and they're running routes, I call for the annexation of Puerto Rico.
Oh,
And they have no clue what I'm talking about, but it's just like it's if you know, you know.
hey Darwin, he's like, the quarterback's under center. The center's in the backfield. He's like, Butts, they're getting a water break. Dude, that makes me laugh too.
Guess what
All
I
right.
had for lunch today?
Just rips one.
My
My
mom
list is-
made that.
My list is pretty traditional. I'm going number one, Remember the Titans. That's my all-time favorite sports movie. I really like when Yost tells Herman to run it up, leave no doubt, like when they start joining together. And the left side, strong side is like classic, like a team just coming together.
And you don't get
none of
blood
y'all-
on my uniform.
Oh, yeah, water for cowards. You don't get no blood on my uniform. I said Hoosiers.
Oh,
I-
God.
That was
yes.
on my list. That's a good one.
Yes. Yes.
I mean, coaching basketball, like Indiana high school basketball, is pretty historic. When Jimmy at the end says, like Nick Normandale has drawn up a play, he just says, "I'll make it," and he goes and hits the buzzer beater like that. That gives me all the feels. And then my number three, I'm questioning my number three now because some of the great ones you guys have said, but I went Sandlot number three, just like a classic feel good comedy, man.
Oh,
Every
yeah.
time it's on, you gotta leave it on.
Yeah.
Two honorable mentions are Hardball and
Great.
the original Bad News Bears.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
the
yeah.
Billy Bob Thornton one's good, but the original one
No, the OG one.
is
So good.
phenomenal.
Dude, no one
Engelberg. That is a bunt.
said no one said Happy Gilmore. Is that a
Yeah.
sports movie?
Caddyshack, Tin Cup. Those
Happy
are all
Gilmore.
there for sure. For sure.
Caddyshack. Oh, my goodness. Caddyshack. My God. Oh, yeah, really. Wow.
What do you consider bench warmers?
Sports movie.
What about dodgeball?
Sports movie.
I would agree. Right? We're
You
getting
can
into
dodge,
fringe.
if you dodge a
You can
wrench,
dodge
you
it.
can dodge a ball.
That's right. We're getting into fringe territory, but all fantastic. Fantastic films.
If you hey guys, we ever want to make some money on a trivia question, there's a great one from Caddyshack. The black locker room attendant's name. His last name is Porterhouse. They never use his first name in the movie, but they show it in the credits. His name is Smoke Porterhouse. No one will
I
ever
had
know
no
that his
idea.
first name is Smoke. No chance. No one ever will get that. Trust me.
Smoke Porterhouse.
And they call him Porterhouse when he's just grinding those shoes.
From like Johnston County, like Smoke Porterhouse, just hitting like 400-foot nukes in Johnston County.
Absolutely, yeah.
Hey Vince, I'm surprised you didn't say Tin Cup.
Tin Cup's up there.
It's a
Tin
good
Cup's
one.
up there.
7 Iron's my favorite club.
Costner's good in all of his stuff, man.
Yeah.
He is. All right, Dar, real quick. Hey, fellas, before we wrap this up, movie, can we just go down the list, and list our top three so Dar can make a quick clip of it? Is that cool with you guys? We just go 1, 2, 3, kind of recap what we think our top three are.
Yeah.
Mike, you want to go first?
Yeah, happy to. Let's go with Rudy. White Men Can't Jump, and then the oddball here, the Iron Claw.
Okay.
I'm going Radio, Rocky versus Drago, Remember the Titans.
Okay.
I'll go Field of Dreams. John, I'm having an old man moment here. For the Love of the Game, and We Are Marshall.
Little Big League, Rookie of the Year, and Little Giants.
Okay. And I'm going to go Remember the Titans, Hoosiers, and Sandlot. All right, Dar, before we do our last thing on NCAA, are we cool? Let's thank our guests and tell them we'll let them sign off. Is that cool with you?
Yeah.
Hey, so I want to
Good
just
pod,
real
boys.
quick. Hey, real quick. Uncle Reid, Barton College Golf Hall of Fame. right? Like, man, we appreciate movie buff. Great uncle, man. We appreciate, like, for real. Thank you so much for like listening and coming on, giving us some wisdom, some great story time too, man. Like, thank you so much for hopping on.
Guys, you're doing a great thing
Good
here.
stuff.
Please keep doing. You got my support 100%. It was awesome. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Hey, Mikey, Vance, Mikey, appreciate you joining from another state. You up north in Beantown, man. Like, you're great for the pod. You'll definitely be a reoccurring guest, man. So thank you so much for hopping on. Vance, you're right next door to me right now.
Good pod.
You're the man. Thanks for hopping on.
Good pod, fellas.
Great pod.
Thanks
For the time. Hope the listeners enjoyed.
Keep the cheating up. Keep cheating on the golf course.
That's right.
All right.
You ain't trying.
All right, see y'all.
Thanks,
See you
gentlemen.
guys. See y'all.
All right, Dar, you cool if I just stop? You mean stop recording? Or you just want to keep it going and do like one thing?
We can we can always push the NCAA to the next one if you want, or we can keep going. It's up to you.
Do you just want to have a quick little discussion about the NCAA and Braves update? We'll just have one pod, like one longer pod together.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, so let's say, you want to give a quick little Braves update before we talk about this NCAA thing?
Yeah. Division lead 7.5 because the Phillies won tonight. At the trade deadline today, the Braves acquired Lane Thomas. He's going to platoon with Mike Yastrzemski. Both have over 800 OPS versus Yaz has 800 plus OPS since May 12th versus righties, and Lane Thomas absolutely crushes lefties 800 plus OPS. So that creates a good little platoon in left field, which then allows Dubon to play some shortstop and all over the field. They got Brent Suter. Brent Suter. He soft tosser, really good ground ball rate, elite extension. So his mid to upper 80s fastball plays up a little more, but he's really good at generating ground balls. His baseball savant page is a lot more red than I was expecting. The more red you see, the more you're expecting to continue your good play. Where sometimes if you're really blue, you're outplaying what the numbers say you should be playing, aka Bryce Elder. They also acquired Tyler Malley. He's kind of had a rough year with the Giants. Really good at home, really bad on the road. Was really good last year for the Rangers. And since he's come off the IL, his last 6 starts, he's got a little under 4 ERA. So he's trending in the right direction. So I'm interested to see if he can just eat some innings to help the bullpen. They traded Eli White and Joey Bart for prospects. That's really just roster moves to bring Sean Murphy's back. As of now, Hassan Kim is back from his rehab, so let's hope that he can do better than 5 hits and 70-something at bats. And then to make room for him, they DFA'd Jorge Mateo. So they kind of got rid of the 2 biggest speed guys. And Walt also said that Jim Jarvis will continue to be the everyday shortstop. I'll believe that when I see it. I think Dubon will play more to continue to play every day, but there's they're going to stick with that. And then the reason I'm going to bring this up is some of you who are more local will kind of understand why this is important, but per Braves Today podcast, they named their top 5 prospects. Number 1 is Eric Hartman. Fun fact, he was a 20th round MLB draft pick a couple years ago. So the last round of the draft out of Canada. He's now a consensus top 25-ish prospect in all of Major League Baseball. So really good development story. He's the Braves number 1. Number 2 is the first round pick a couple years ago, Cam Caminetti. He actually had 13 strikeouts in his high A game the other day. Tate Sudacine, he was a first round pick last year. He's already in Double A as a 19-year-old. Eric Hartman also just got moved. AJ Gracia, their first round pick out of Duke and Virginia. He just had season-ending shoulder surgery, which they knew about, which is why they were able to underslot him for other guys. And then number 5 is none other than Corinth Holder's own Briggs McKenzie.
All right, that's pretty cool, man. Like, I will say, shout out to Briggs, man. He's a great player, but an even better young man from a great family. So we pulling for them all, but especially pulling for Briggs as he goes through this journey. And go Braves. Dar, as we sit here a week removed from last week, are we feeling better, worse? Like, how are we feeling about the Braves going forward after some of these moves?
I mean, these moves would have been really good if they could have somehow got like Casey Mize or another starter like a Robbie Ray. They didn't really their starting problem. I guess. I mean, granted, people are upset right now, but people would have been upset in a couple of years if the prospect they traded ended up being an all-star and the guy they got ended up flopping. Yes, there's no Tarek Skubal. That's a story for another day with the Dodgers. And we have a better chance of coming on the next pod with full heads of hair than we might than seeing baseball in 2027. But they must. I'm guessing they know something about AJ Smith-Shawver is almost completely back. He'll have to do a couple more AAA starts and then hopefully be built up enough to come give some length. His stuff is looking really good post Tommy John, up to 99, 100. Pitched okay. He's the 27th man in the doubleheader. Kind of ran out of gas in the fifth. And then the biggest wild card is Spencer Schwellenbach might be back for September. He's one of the Braves' best pitchers, but he's been out all year. He had the loose body surgery on his elbow to remove some bone spurs. So if they can somehow get even 75% of what Spencer Schwellenbach is, that would be a huge boost because not really looking forward to going Chris Sale, number one, and then praying for Bryce Elder, Reynaldo Lopez, Grant Holmes to give you something. But they did fortify the bullpen. If they can get Robert Suarez back, they could go with try to get some kind of length out of a starter in the postseason, then try to really ride your bullpen with the off days, which some teams have done in the past. I mean, the Braves won the World Series the year. I mean, Charlie Morton got hurt, and it was Max Fried, and then a bunch of bullpen games with Kyle Wright and guys like that, and Ian Anderson going 5. So there's a chance. I mean, you got to have some luck. That you got to if the Braves are going to beat the Dodgers, I think they got to meet them in the best of 7 because you don't want to be in a best of 5 against them. I think a best of 5 could give you a chance for an upset, but I'd much rather go through the Brewers in the best of 5 and then go to the Dodgers in the best of 7. I think that would be a little more fortuitous, but it's going to be hard. But the Dodgers will have a lot of pressure. They're going to have more pressure than anybody with the way they built their team.
Absolutely. And I will say it sounds good. There's a 7.5 game lead, just starting August. I will say baseball, this is the most exciting time of the year for me. Like when football hadn't started yet, you get to coming up to postseason baseball. So I'll be excited to kind of keep up with the Braves going forward. So that was a great update. All right, Dar, last thing, we talked about this for a little bit real quick. Obviously, last week, I think NCAA passed a new rule pretty much saying the class that just graduated from school, like the kids that exhausted their eligibility, they're now granted like an immediate waiver to become eligible for next year. I think this is in light of them passing the 5 for 5 for kids coming up and these kids not being a part of that when that ruling was made. So they obviously went and filed lawsuits, got a judge to pass a waiver granting them eligibility. So last year for state's team, I guess that really mainly affects Vin Allen Lubin and Darion Williams, correct?
And Trey Holloman.
And Trey Holloman, thank you.
And all three of them had already previously, way back when the portal opened, entered the portal just in case they were included or won a lawsuit. So they've already been in the portal, so that the can't enter the portal clause that they said doesn't affect them because they were already previously in the portal.
So I think the question I have, that seemed like following just kind of the chatter online and stuff, it seems like the only really guy State's talking to out of those guys would be Vin Allen Lubin, which I guess brings up interesting conversation would be how would he fit with this roster next year? Does State have the money to get him? What are your thoughts on the possibility of Vin Allen Lubin returning to State for his extra year of eligibility?
I mean, Vin Allen Lubin goes against the complete roster building that they've done, but it's also one of those, if he wants to come back, you take him, then you figure the rest out. Like realistically, you might play him and Evans might play realistically 10 minutes a game together, and then they're probably going to be one of them's going to be in at the 5 with Yalaho and Yurkovich for some shooting. If it's going to come down to money, I just don't know how State's going to be able to compete with some of these teams that still have. I mean, State has roster spots to take them, but LSU has 4 players that they guarantee are going to play right now. If I had to put a guess, I would say LSU is probably where he's going to go. But I mean, I don't have any knowledge of this. I think State's going to try, but end of the day, if LSU is offering him $1 mil to $2 mil and State can only offer him 500,000, it's pretty obvious where he's probably going to go.
I agree with you, man. And I think I see it both sides. Like I'm leaning more towards now kind of what you were saying, where I'm not sure if what he brings like necessarily fits in with what Gainey kind of wants to do, would have maybe more of like a shooter at the 4. But I'm also like, I think Ben Lubin's a very good basketball player. He'll be a veteran. He'll obviously help you rebounding and give you a little bit more size. So if that's the route they go, I'm all for it. You add a really good player to your team and you kind of just figure it out as you go. The other thing I was thinking about, I didn't watch a ton of Tennessee when Gainey was there, but I do feel like they did kind of believe in more like bulk and size and like athletes at the 4 and 5 instead of maybe they looked at it more from like a defensive and rebounding standpoint, as they might have lost them on the offensive end, but they believed in having big, strong guys at the 4 and 5 to defend and rebound and get baskets inside. So if that's the route they go, I'm all for it. It'll be interesting to see what happens. I think if we don't get them, I still like where we are. And if we do get them, it's just kind of added bonus. So let's figure it out and let's go from there.
Yeah, I just think from an X and O's standpoint, a lot of people are worried about State's ability to get in the paint with paint touch. But I think the counteractive to a guy that can straight up beat you off the dribble is 2 things. You can be like, I think Preston Edmead's going to be really good at pick and roll because you can't go under. So you have to go over, and you either have to, if they're playing a drop, he's just going to pull, he's going to walk into a 3 with the trail defender trailing. If they go under, he's going to walk into a 3. If they ice it, then now he has the ability to hit the big man. And once he hits the big man, it's all rotation, right? So everybody's now rotating, and you have 4 shooters, 3 shooters, 4 if you count Edmead, the ball handler, 3 shooters around the pick and roll guys, and now everybody's in rotation. You're going to get a shot, or you just beat them with straight up ball movement, and then you can attack a gap as with 4 shooters are on the perimeter. You have to really close out hard on them. And sometimes with really good shooters like Paul McNeil, team guys are running crazy at him. He hits a pump fake, the lane's there, and there's a drop off pass for a dunk to Evans. Like, you can counteract not having a ball dominant Quadir Copeland like paint touch guy with pick and roll and ball movement. But it's going to be the first time in a while that State's had a legit shooting threat out of the pick and roll since DJ Horn.
Mm-hmm.
And like, we saw how effective a DJ Horn pick and roll was, because you have a guy that you can't go under, you can't play drop, because if you play drop, he's going to come around that screen. If the defender gets picked, it's a wide open 3. And I get the point of a drop and chase and drop is to force mid ranges. But if you have a guy like Preston Edmead that he shot 40% off the dribble last year, that's outrageous. I don't think people understand how hard 40% shooting is off the dribble, let alone 40% off the catch and shoot. So like, a lot of people are like, I'm scared it's not going to translate. If anything translates from the bottom level to the top level, it's normally shooting.
I'm really excited for him, man. And overall, like, I'm really excited for State basketball. I kind of like how some of the transfers they brought in maybe were not some like the biggest names, but I feel like they'll have a chip on their shoulder, like with something to prove. My last thing is kind of the whole NCAA. Like, I don't blame the kids at all. Like, if someone offered me an extra year to go play and I could go make $1 million or $2 million, I think it's like, why would you not do it? But at some point, even I saw Dan Hurley's tweet was like, someone's got to figure this out, because I feel like as a coach, it would be stressful, like who's eligible, who's not. It just seems like college sports have completely lost their way different than how we grew up. Again, I don't blame the kids at all. It's just we're in a chaotic time period for college athletics.
I mean, this is not me picking on Ben Lubin, but if he goes somewhere else, that'll be 5 schools in 5 years. I mean, how do you get a degree?
No, I know it's tough, man. And I think I saw like the AJ Store kid too. I think if he goes somewhere, he'd be 5 schools in 5 years. So it's just it's a crazy time period. But I think we're on this. I think we're on the same page. If we do bring Lubin back, I think we'll be excited for it. And if we don't, I still like the roster State has, and we'll be super excited.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are concerned about the defense, but I feel like in basketball, it's easier to practice and improve defense than it is to practice and manufacture offense. I'd rather have really skilled offensive players, because I feel like I can get there. A lot of defense is just compete level, knowing angles, knowing where to, like, knowing your rotation and where to be. Like, you can play great team defense by just everybody knows, like, if I run them off the line and my guy picks up, I gotta rotate to their guy. Like, if everybody's on the same page defensively, you can have 5 guys who are average defenders and be a good defensive team. And a lot of times, just rebounding the basketball makes you a better defensive team.
Oh, 100%.
But I'd much rather have guys that are really talented offensively and figure out my defense and be really good defensively and be really average on offense, because then you're trying to figure out who's gonna do what. Like,
I think you'd like to have talented guys on offense who understand their role and will play unselfish. And I feel like as a coach, and I feel like most coaches would say this, like you said, a lot of defense is just all effort and want to. And as a coach, that's your job to demand it. And you can teach team defense, but it's hard when that shot clock's at 5, 6, and someone's got to go get a bucket. That's a hard thing to teach. So I'd much rather give me a skilled offensive player who will buy into a team and being unselfish, and we can teach them how to play defense and demand that effort and go from there.
I mean, it was one game, but I mean, Preston Edmeade gave Alabama absolute buckets last year in the NCAA tournament. I mean, he was unreal.
I'm really, really excited about him. Like, I'm really excited about him to watch him play.
And I know a lot of people are wanting. Some people are wanting Darius Adams over Christian Hammond. I just think like Hammond comes from Herb Sendek. He's going to be very well coached, and like, surprisingly, he actually grades out analytically pretty well defensively and like one-on-one defense. And he's not going to get to the rim and finish, but he was top percentile in floater percentage. So like, that floater was a great equalizer for his inability to get all the way to the rim to finish by making that as his layup, quote unquote, on top of being an elite shooter.
I think it's a great problem to have both of those guys, and I think they'll figure it out. And I'm really excited for some Pack basketball. I can't wait to talk some more Pack hoops as we go. All right, Dart. I think we should go just wrap it up. Is that cool with you?
Yep.
I just want to say, guys, if you're still here with us, or you listen to part of it, or you fast forwarded, again, thank you guys so much for your support and your feedback and listening and watching and following us as we go about this journey. We're super excited for it. Make sure you follow us on all the social media. Dar is still killing the social media game. Look out for some reels probably this week, Dar, from some of the stuff we talked about.
Yep. Also,
cool.
If you are listening on Spotify or Apple Podcast, feel free to, you can leave a review, even if it's just clicking the 5 stars. You can leave feedback, comments. Feel free to leave feedback, comments, support, whatever you want to say. You can leave your top movies, your top like golf takes, your favorite. Feel free to leave any of that on any of our socials. And if you're interested in some topics, feel free to DM our podcast account, and we'll get back to you. I'm usually pretty good at getting back to that.
Absolutely. All right. Hey, that's episode 2, the Ball Takes podcast. We'll see you guys next week, same time, same place. Peace.